Okay, everybody, so I think that at this point, before we get too deep into the math of looking at the map distance and changing it to land distance, it's been suggested to me that we do a quick overview of converting from one unit to another unit. So for example, going from centimeters to kilometers, you thought that would be useful, right? And also we're going to talk about units in the standard system where we have miles, feet, and inches, okay? So I think that if we start out in the metric system, everybody should know that we have a base 10 where we have kilometers, meters, centimeters, and millimeters. For our purposes, the only units that we're really going to use are kilometers, meters, and centimeters. Now, if we look at this from how most scientists look at it, we're going to say that a meter is the single unit value. So this unit value is going to be 1, and then we're going to look at what each of these units are in comparison to a meter. So how many meters, are there in 1 kilometer?
1,000.
1,000, that's right. So 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. And centi has the base cent. So we said earlier that there are 100 cents in a dollar, and it's the same idea. So how many meters are in a centimeter? 0.01, so there's 1/100th of a meter in a centimeter, and that means that there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. Now, I did a little conversion trick in the last film that showed how to go from kilometers to centimeters. And it's a very useful thing to know. So Danielle, I'd like you to kind of go through it and see if you can go from, let's go from 2 kilometers, and I want you to end up in centimeters.
So start with 2 kilometers. And we need to go, let's see, so kilometers goes down here. And then we'll go to meters first.
Okay? Yep.
So,
So the point in this is that as long as we multiply this number by 1, it stays the same, right? Because anything times itself is 1. So what can we do to change the unit of this and still keep multiplying by the number 1? We multiply by 1,000 meters over 1 kilometer.
so 1 kilometer, 1,000, and then we'll go to centimeters. And there it is. So 1 meter and 100 centimeters.
Correct. Now, before we even find out what these are equal to, let's find out if we've ended up in the right unit. We were going for centimeters, and since we have kilometers here and kilometers here, we can cross those out. Since we have meters here and meters here, we can cross those out. And we've ended up with our final unit of centimeters. So now, multiply 2 by 1,000, gives us 2,000. 2,000 by 100 gives us 200,000. And we find out that there are 200 centimeters in 200,000, centimeters in 2 kilometers. So this is a very easy way to do unit conversions, and I'd like everybody to try and practice this once or twice on your own.